Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. And I knew there was a reason why I also got this game on PS4. Nah, just kidding. Actually, to be honest, I didn't think that they would play that much differently in terms of PS4 and Xbox One for Call of Duty in general. They're supposed to play the same, and I am very well aware of that back in the Xbox 360 days, as well as, the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 days. I do know that it did play better on Xbox, but I didn't really play Call of Duty on PlayStation, even when I had it for a short period of time. I was just worried about the exclusives, and back then I was playing different games as well. So back when I got the PS3, when I got the Red Rings of Death back in the day on my 360, the first thing that came to my mind was God of War 3. So I got God of War 3, and I just didn't really care about anything else. I just played the exclusives, really. But anyway. So, finally, a big famous YouTuber is in my lobby, also known as Prince Lightskin, also known as Swaggy or Swag or Swaggy Xbox Live or XBL. So GG's to him. We didn't really run into each other all that much. We didn't have that many engagements. I think in the next game we had like maybe 1 or 2 at the most. I guess we were taking similar rushing routes. So this is not a shit-talking video or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I have absolutely no reason to talk shit to anybody, and it sucks that he quit the game in both of the games, though, because well, I know he's probably trying to get gameplays and stuff like that. Plus, another thing that I wanted to mention is that obviously this is Barebones, and it is some of the sweatiest. This is actually my first game right here on the Barebones as well. So this is actually some of the sweatiest lobbies that I've ever experienced in Call of Duty, period. Everybody in there is, you've either got YouTubers, like people that have YT in their gamer tags, or their PSN, excuse me. Either YT, or you got people that are really, really high in rank, dark matter, all sorts of different contraband items. Like I saw a guy had a teddy bear suit. It's absolutely insane. And everybody's pretty good, you can tell. You could definitely tell the good players from the bad. I would say the higher percentage of people that were in these lobbies during the hour and a half to 2 hours that I had to play before I had to go to work yesterday, I'd say everybody was good. Very, very low percentage of bad players, at least in the first few games. And it actually took a few extra seconds to find a match because apparently I was one of the first few to download it. I just turned on my PlayStation to see if to get a few games, and voila, there was an update. So I was like, okay, the update's live. So, but Barebones is a step in the right direction. And one more thing that I want to say before I continue on with this commentary. If you see a famous or really good player, whether they're a YouTuber, streamer, content creator, or even if they're a pro player or whatnot, I got a few words for you. And those few words are that, you know, you gotta basically stand up for yourself and not chicken out and stay in the lobby one way or another. No matter what happens, you know, you stay in the lobby, because it's not just a test of your skill and to see where you are compared to this person or these people, because they're amazing players. I mean, and if you think about it, it's a video game. You really don't have anything to lose and everything to gain. So the thing is that we all have our good days and our bad, no matter what kind of a player you are, whether you're good or whether you're not. Doesn't matter. You could be as good as the Marker J. I'm sure Marker J will tell you himself, and I'm not putting words in the man's mouth or anything, but you can even tweet at him. You can basically ask him, and I'm pretty sure that he's going to say yes, you know, because he's a very realistic person. You know, he's going to give you the truth, and the truth is that everybody has bad games every so often. You know, obviously the better players are more consistent, and they're able to have better games a hell of a lot more often than they're able to have bad. But everybody has bad games. It's as simple as that. And the thing is, everybody's human, so so the thing is, if you see somebody that's really, really good or whatnot, instead of saying, oh shit, I gotta back out of this lobby, you gotta have a different sense of mentality and be like, you know what, yeah, I'm gonna stay, I'm gonna get the most out of this experience, I'm gonna have fun with this experience, I'm gonna learn from it, and at the same time, hey, it's a good time. I get to share a moment with this person, and to a certain extent, not in the erotic sense that some of you might be thinking out there, you sick motherfuckers. But anyway, but no, you finally get to share a moment with somebody that you've been watching, or somebody that you've been watching for quite some time. So it's really cool. I mean, till this day, I'd love to play with a few other people. Like, just off the top of my head, I'd love to play with Thunder. I'd love to play with Korean Savage and all this kind of things. So So, I mean, if that opportunity ever arises sometime in the future, absolutely. I mean, how can you say no? I mean, it's absolutely wonderful that we're able to a certain extent, connect through our favorite video games and just have fun, have a blast. And the kind of mentality you guys need to have also is you gotta have confidence. You gotta go in there and face it. So face that fire. Be like, okay, yeah, this person is swaggy or whatnot, or whoever else it may be. You know, he's amazing, gets amazing gameplays, good content creator, all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, you gotta have a sense of mind to where you're like, yes, I respect this person, but I'm also the jack of all trades. So that doesn't, you know, that means that, you know, I gotta respect myself just as much as I respect the other person. So I can't, you know, you can't put yourself down. And I think that's the way you should approach all the different challenges in life. Now, obviously, we don't always have the strength to do that, and shit always happens sometimes, and life happens, and it affects us. And I can more than understand that, and I can relate so much. I mean, you guys have no idea. I could definitely relate as I get a two-piece with a grenade. So it's certainly something. It's certainly something that you can't. You know, it's good to respect others, but not to the point to where you're respecting them so much that you're disrespecting yourself. So you got to have that balance. You know, you got to be mindful of yourself as well, without being cocky. So never ever never second guess yourself. Just go in there, and whatever happens, let the chips fall where they may. It's all good. So yeah, Barebones. Going back to Barebones here, it is very much at least for now. I mean, well, I haven't played it since before I went to work yesterday. Actually, after this commentary, I'm going to get on and play some more because I've got a lot of free time today, so I will take advantage of that. But it's a step in the right direction. It's not everything that we were hoping it would be. It's kind of like a half. It's almost like a half-ass thing, but it's actually something that's actually in the towards. It's a step in the right direction, but it's not exactly everything that we wanted. Obviously, a lot of people wanted 100 health, so we didn't get that. I mean, I personally don't mind it. Some people like didn't want the manual healing like we're getting, but we're still getting that. I mean, they're trying to find that balance just by playing it alone, and the rule set for the game mode, you could tell that basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to find the balance between having this game feel like a combination of previous Black Ops games, like let's say Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 4, because this is Black Ops 4, and they don't, you know, the last thing they want to do, I guess, with their mindset is to go back and go back to Black Ops 2 times, which I personally think that they should to a certain extent, because Black Ops 2 is still regarded in the eyes of many as one of the best Call of Duty games ever made, and in a lot of people's books, it's the best Call of Duty ever made overall in terms of the multiplayer, and I'm one of those people. I think Black Ops 2 is great. Black Ops 1 is a close second, and COD 4, I put it in my 3. That's my top 3. Dying Food asked us over Twitter, top 3 Call of Duty games, and that was my answer. So you got to respect, and you also got to respect where COD came from in the first place, which was actually before COD 4, but I never really played those. But just getting a taste of Modern Warfare Remastered, even though I didn't play the original COD 4, which I wish I did, you know, getting a taste of Modern Warfare Remastered, even though it's definitely not the same, I understand where people are coming from, and to this extent, to be honest, COD 4 is what brought it to the mainstream, so we got to respect that. And if you look at it like from a quality of the game standpoint, the person that the game that pretty much brought Call of Duty to where it is today and was responsible for Modern Warfare 2 being as popular as it was as well was COD 4 itself. So Modern Warfare 2 in the eyes of many was probably a more fun game than COD 4, but COD 4 was a better game. So in terms of balance and gameplay and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, going into the second gameplay here, another thing that they've introduced with this new update is it's a Barebones domination, I guess, but it's I don't know. I don't remember if they had a specific name for it right now as I'm thinking of it as I watch this commentary. Or as I record this commentary, but basically you get rewarded for getting kills as well as playing the objectives, so that's really good. So people that are able to be the slayers, and obviously in domination, if you're constantly trying to cap objectives by yourself, you're gonna die a lot. I mean, I know this for experience. That's why I don't play domination, because I find myself playing the objective, and then you've got people that either don't or they're not able to get there in time, and you're trying to make things happen by yourself. And in domination, if you do such a thing, you are basically asking for a big disappointment. So that's one of the reasons why I stopped playing domination, and granted, kill confirmed is just something that I naturally like more. But with that being said, I actually think that they found a really, really good balance with that. And I think, again, it's a step in the right direction and a precursor of what is to come in future game modes when it comes to COD, because it's very pub-like to be able to do that. Like, if domination was in its competitive state, for instance, if it was competitive rules, I'm sure the kills wouldn't count towards the objective themselves. It would pretty much just be all about the OBJ, and the kills would just help you get to the OBJ better instead of rewarding you points towards that. But I personally think it's a lot of fun. I played a few games. A lot of people are still voting TDM over that, which is obviously understandable. TDM is the most popular game mode to ever exist in Call of Duty to this day. Domination being number 2 according to Treyarch, and then I think number 3 is probably Search and Destroy. Search and Destroy has been a staple in Call of Duty since the beginning. It's been the competitive mode of competitive modes as well, and it's a very cat and mouse type of strategic game mode, so I very much respect it. I'm just not patient enough to play it, but I very much respect it, and I respect every player that plays it and that is also good at it as well. But yeah, I mean, with this update, even though we didn't get 100% of what we want from a community standpoint, I'd say that overall it's a step in the right direction. But one thing that does piss me off is that, at least while I'm recording this commentary, I haven't checked Charlie Intel or anything yet. I just wanted to get straight into the commentary. It sucks that they didn't release this on Xbox, and if they do later on down the road, whether it's a week from now or whatever the deal is, hopefully Xbox will get it soon, because seriously, I mean, the Call of Duty community, regardless of what console they choose, is one community. Now I know that there's a lot of politics and all that kind of BS, and I think this is the engagement here that I have with him. So, but yeah, and that was it, and. But yeah, I mean, this is, again, like I said, this is not a shit-talking video towards Prince Lightskin or Swaggy or whatnot. It's just very humbled to be in the same lobby as him, and I'm sure every single one of you would agree that he is a much better player than me and that he makes me look like shit, probably. So, but anyway, the thing is that with all these little different things that Treyarch is doing with game modes and all the little adjustments that they keep on making on a weekly basis or a bi-weekly basis or a monthly basis or whatever the hell it is, it's like a cock tease, man. But at the same time, it's like it could very well be a precursor of what's to come. And I'm not just talking about Treyarch games. I'm talking about everything as soon as Modern Warfare 4. Like, for instance, when World War II came up with the brilliant idea of having play of the game, Treyarch is implementing play of the game. Ever since Infinity Ward introduced Kill Confirmed, Kill Confirmed has been part of the game ever since. So I see history repeating itself in different ways now with these game modes that Treyarch is messing with and the changes that they're making here and there. So I think the potential for a good future with Modern Warfare 4 is really, really good. I continue to remain optimistic, although sometimes it's easier said than done. But I'm extremely, extremely optimistic. I think Modern Warfare 4 is going to be really big. By the way, some of you guys are also asking me, you're still sending me messages on PSN asking me if I'm still recruiting for clan wars and stuff like that, and sometimes I answer, sometimes I don't, because I've already made a follow-up video to the original idea and all that kind of stuff, and I apologize if you can hear my phone in the background getting messages while I'm doing commentary. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to try to edit it out, but in case you can still hear it, I apologize. But the thing is, when you put all these things together, and if you look at it from the glass is half full side of things instead of the glass is half empty, the potential next year is really good. And the thing is, you guys are still asking me if I'm going to be if I'm doing clan wars or something like that. It's basically different now. Obviously clans are just for the competitive scene, so, and I don't play competitive. I can be competitive, but I just don't enjoy the game modes, and I just don't play competitive. And at the same time, I would need an extraordinary amount of time in order to play competitive, not just to get my shot better, even better than it is now, but also to learn callouts and all that kind of other stuff. Because if you're going into competitive without knowing your callouts, it's like having unprotected sex with a highly questionable person. Okay, to put it nicely. Okay, it's like, you know, this person might have something, but you're still going in there bareback. You don't want to do that shit. Okay, so that's I'm sorry, I had to use that analogy. I couldn't help it. But again, I continue to remain optimistic about Modern Warfare 4 and everything that's to come in the future. And when you put everything together, I think it's great. And the thing is, like I said, I've made an update video about the Clan Wars thing, and I'm gonna do something completely different, but because of time purposes in my adjustment with work and in terms of getting used to new things and looking for even more time to work, maybe under a different job title sometime within the next month or two, as the transition happens, which can take time, especially when you have a certain commitment to something else. The thing is that I am planning on doing an overall community event with the YouTubers and smaller YouTubers, but the thing is, smaller and bigger if they want to, but and we can get together and play pubs together or get in teams together and make our own Call of Community sort of thing, and kind of make our own Clan Wars, so to speak, and have these special events every weekend to where we can have like friendly competitions and stuff like that. That's basically a very short way of putting it. But the thing is that it would only make sense for it to happen around Modern Warfare 4 time, because Black Ops 4 right now is kind of, first of all, it's a mixed bag, and on top of that, there's work and scheduling, and plus, something like this takes a long time and a team effort in order to get it going. So, especially as the way I want it to be and the way I envision it. But the thing is that while this, until this happens, it's going to take some time and it's going to take some collaboration. So, and quite frankly, we're, what, 6 months away or so before Modern Warfare 4 or whatever the next game title is going to be called, before that launches. So that gives me plenty of time to make my transition with work and to collaborate with other YouTubers like Dying Food and maybe some other people. You know, I have a couple of big YouTubers that follow me on Twitter, but I don't know if they're going to want anything to do with this or not. And if they don't, I sure as hell don't blame them. But I'll figure out a way to kind of spread the word out. I'm sure the other smaller guys that are interested in this will help me out. They'll do their part when that time comes. So, but yeah, so stay tuned on that. I will be keeping you guys up to date, and I will be making a video about it when everything starts to form and come into play. I just apologize for that taking so long, but life happens. There's things that go on in between, and you know, unfortunately, the bills are important. The bills are important, and that has to come first and foremost. So, and I really like the fact that I am able to have pretty good internet and to play Call of Duty and post videos on a regular basis. So, but yeah, that's all I got for this one, guys. In case there's 1/100000th of a chance that Swag sees this video or some way, shape, or form, GG's. And it was really nice to have you in the lobby. I was, you know, it's always a pleasure to see another YouTuber and content creator in the lobby. It's a really surreal experience. So who knows? One day I might get to a point to where I'll be playing with other people consistently that are of that height, because those guys are on a whole other level, and I have to earn my way in order to be able to play with those guys because I'm just a small fry. So, but anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this gameplay and the commentary. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think about Barebones or anything else that I mentioned in this video. I know the commentary was a little bit all over the place, but I'm excited. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, if you enjoyed the video, let me know, and if you didn't, let me know what I can do to make my videos better, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.